Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 2020 Macy's 4th of July fireworks show. It just happened a couple of days ago, so I'm a little behind, but what the hell. Of course, this year's fireworks show was a little bit different than in the last 20 years since NBC has been airing this show. Now, of course, if any of you who watch my videos know that I'm pet peeve with NBC broadcasting the Macy's fireworks show from New York City. And that is, of course, they always show anywhere between 40 and 80 times. I'm not exaggerating. They show crowd shots. And they've been going on since year 2000, which was the first year they broadcast the Macy's fireworks show. Before then, it used to be on a separate local channel here in New York, WPIX TV channel 11, from the first year, I think it was back in the 70s, through 1999. Channel 11, WPIX channel 11, which was mostly was an independent station during most of those years, had the rights to broadcast the Macy's fireworks show because it was a local broadcast. Well, in 2000, or I should say after the 1999 fireworks show, NBC bought the exclusive rights to air the broadcast, and they were having one for 2 hours, which is not completely unnecessary to have this thing for 2 hours. Because usually the fireworks show doesn't even start like around 9:30, so you can have like a half hour of entertainment and then the fireworks show and then close the program. Well, NBC decided to stretch the thing out for 2 hours and then they rebroadcast it for the second hour at 10 p.m. Eastern time. But during this year in 2020, because of the stupid coronavirus, Macy's had 5 separate fireworks shows in about 5 different locations. And what they did was, because they didn't want to have a crowd forming hours and hours and hours and hours and hours before the fireworks show, to avoid spreading the virus around or people potentially catching the virus. So they did the show, about 5-minute show in different locations around New York City, and they edited it all together, and then they showed it. Except for the possible exception of the Empire State Building, which they did live, for on Saturday night, which was the 4th of July. This year, 2020, came on Saturday, so they had a fireworks show on top of the Empire State Building live. But the other 4 locations, I think they also did it for Times Square live as well. From one Times Square, which is the building, which used to be the New York Times building back in the day, and over 100 years ago, they started doing the ball drop from that building, for New Year's Eve, and they've been doing it ever since. So, but the building itself is practically an empty building, but they kept it as a New York landmark because that's where they dropped the ball for New Year's Eve. Except for the Times Square, and I think also, and definitely the Empire State Building was alive. Everywhere else, they taped it for about 5 minutes, or NBC did. Whatever fireworks show they had for 5 minutes, and then they edited it all together and make it like a 25-minute fireworks show on the 4th of July, which worked out great for me. Like I mentioned earlier, which I made a reference to earlier, is the fact that when Macy's been airing when NBC was broadcasting the Macy's fireworks show, they would constantly, every 10 to 15 seconds, they would show a crowd shot. They would show a kid, a snot-nosed 3-4-year-old kid, going ooh, looking like this, going ooh, ooh, look at that, mommy, look at that, daddy, ooh, like that, and or waving, and not only going ooh, over the fireworks, but having an American flag and wave the American flag, to the camera, and they will show the military band from West Point, New York, showing the band performing the music. They will show the West Point Glee Club singing some of the songs that were picked for the fireworks show that year. But it's usually the same songs every year, so it doesn't really change that much in terms of the musical selection. It doesn't really change that much, but everything else is pretty much the same thing. But the thing is that they constantly show the crowd every, and say anywhere between 5 or 10 between 10 and 15 seconds. They constantly show the crowd, and especially after when they had finished one segment of the fireworks show, or go to the next song in the program, they will show the crowd again. And they'll show some other kid waving the American flag and go ooh ah ooh ah. I mean, it was freaking annoying. And the first time they did it was annoying. The first time they did it back 20 years ago in the year 2000, it was annoying. So, but every year since, I've been counting how many times they will show the crowd, and I think at one point, I think about as high as 82 times during 30 minutes. 82 times in 30 minutes. So I know what kind of percentage is that. I mean, it has. Excuse me. If you're hearing the thunder, I'm in New York City. We have a thunderstorm going on right now. So if you hear a little thunder, or maybe a flash of lightning that's reflecting off of me, because I'm facing the windows, that's the reason. Right, so I give a warning right there. I'm filming this in the middle of a thunderstorm, so it's not exactly a good idea. But at least I'm inside. But anyway, they'll constantly show the crowd. It was freaking annoying. So this year, because of the coronavirus, and they told people not to. They would say something within like 5 minutes before they would show up the fireworks, so NBC could film the fireworks show in these different locations. They would, so the people won't show up. So they give like about 5 minute warning to people online or Twitter or Facebook or on social media, or to the cops. And, in particular, because they gotta know that Macy's is going to be doing these shows and NBC is going to film it. So the cops would get the give the all clear and get permission and give Macy's inform the city what's going on. So that nobody will show up. So since there's nobody there to go ooh ah, wave the little American flags and stuff, they couldn't show the crowd shots. So they actually did what they were supposed to do, show the fireworks. Now I don't mind if they show it from different camera angles. That doesn't bother. I mean, you have to get used to the different camera angles and stuff. Close-ups or wide shots and overhead shots. From the blimp or a helicopter. That kind of threw me since NBC's been doing it. But at least they kept all the cameras focused on the fireworks and not the crowd, which bothers the hell out of me. So at least they actually did what WPIX used to do, and that's just show the fireworks and not the crowd. And I always had this argument every year with my sister, and she goes, "Oh, if you don't want to see the crowd, why don't you go down to the fireworks show and see something?" The point of seeing it on television is that I have to see the crowd. You have to be in the crowd, because I'll be in the crowd. I'll see the crowd because I'll be in the crowd with these idiots who sit there for like 12 o'clock noon to 10 o'clock at night sitting on a stupid highway, whether it's the FDR Drive or the West Side Highway in New York, to see this fireworks show. And I said, I'm not that crazy. So the point of sitting on television is that I have to be with these people, and I don't want to see them. The point of watching on television is that I have to see the crowd until before the show starts and after the show, like what Channel 11 used to do. Because they used to pick a host from one of the Channel 11 shows or from the local news of Channel 11, and said, okay, let's cut. And they would introduce the acts, they would show the acts for a half hour, and they would say, oh, okay, let's cut down the fireworks. It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. and they show the fireworks, and then when the fireworks, and you never see the crowd, you just see the fireworks going off. Then after the fireworks are over, they have whoever the host is will interview some of the people who was in the crowd behind them and say, how do you like the fireworks show this year? They go, oh wow, it was really great, it was really cool, I love it, I love the music, I love the fireworks, that's what the show should be for NBC. What WPAX did it. Well, this year NBC had no choice but to do it the way the Channel 11 used to do it, and it made it so much better, so much more enjoyable for me to watch it, and I loved it. It was the first time in over 20 years I was able to enjoy the fireworks show because I didn't see the stupid crowd shots. I know I can't believe it. I'm almost 11 minutes talking about this, but the 2020 fireworks show was really great. And I liked the different locations. I should mention it before I sign off the video. The locations where they shot fireworks on the East River which is on the east side of New York, of course. The Hudson River was, of course, on the west side of Manhattan. Coney Island, it was great to show fireworks at Coney Island. I thought that was cool. They had, of course, the Times Square, which I mentioned earlier, and of course the Empire State Building, which was the finale of the fireworks show for 2020. I thought it was really, really cool. It was different because they had to do it differently this year because of the virus. But I thought it was really cool. And of course, like I said earlier, the best part of it was no crowd shots. So that's my review of the 2020 Macy's Fireworks Show. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel by RowdyC.com. That's all WDY. And that's C.com. That's the homepage for Rowdy Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore. And please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.